Oh, whether you are an aunt, uncle, grandparent, even a close family friend, you could be the link a child needs to staying close to their family while also staying safe. This month is all about highlighting those in our community who take on the role of a kinship caregiver. So today I would like to welcome Raquel Breckenridge with Franklin County Children's Services. And one such caregiver we have with us, Deanna Poindexter. So ladies, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right, Raquel, let's start first with why kinship care is so important and mostly how does it differ from foster care?
Well, kinship care is important because first it allows for a child to be placed with someone they know, someone that they already have developed a relationship for, which makes the trauma from being removed from a biological parent it makes that lesson for that child. And also, it also is able to keep their history intact. They're able to still keep that parental or that familial linkage with their family for their siblings, aunts, uncles, and even non-related relatives.
And so let's talk about the need here for that in Franklin County. Is there an increased need for such relationships, such families?
Yes, there always has been a need for kinship caregivers. I think with the opioid epidemic, there we have seen an increased need for kids to be able to stay with relatives, not just uncles, grandparents, but coaches, teachers, mentors, anybody who the child has developed a relationship with.
And we were talking before this, Deanna, and you were kind of telling me that, you aren't biologically related to your small, beautiful little girl that you take care of. So tell me kind of how this started. What made you decide, I want to be a caregiver for her?
Well, I was introduced to her and, I always wanted to be a mother, but unfortunately I don't have the ability to carry my own child. So she was brought to my home one day for a visit and I instantly fell in love with her and wanted to be a part of her life and help take care of her.
So what have been some of the challenges? Because I imagine, being placed with a child, it can be very different from what you're used to living as any, new parent would experience. So what have been some of the challenges maybe for you and for her?
I think that the greatest challenge for me was learning to balance my schedule. So I, have a full-time job and, other responsibilities, and she's now my priority. So trying to figure that out. And I think for her, it was just, becoming comfortable in her new environment.
In a new environment, yeah. But I'm sure it comes with many rewards as well. So how has the experience been and how's it kind of changed you?
It has brought such positivity just holistically in my home. She's such a great kid and it's just a joy having her around. It really is.
And you're saying she's 5 months old and she's like rolling and crawling and doing all these amazing things. So you're doing something right.
Yeah.
We'll say that, right?
Yeah.
And she's growing and thriving. So do you still get a lot of support then through FCCS?
Oh, absolutely. I was sharing with Raquel earlier that my team is amazing. Our kinship worker, Leishan Compton, is always a great resource for us and always completely involved. They provide things like help with daycare, and so it's not a complete financial burden for me and my family.
Okay, which it can be a huge change. So let's talk about then for the children, how do you identify somebody and that could be close to the family as somebody who potentially could be a caregiver for them?
Well, as she mentioned, we do have a dedicated kinship department with workers who, through family search and engagement, we're talking to the child, talking to the biological parents, grandparents, just to get a feel for what the family tree looks like. Who's available, whether that's in state or out of state. And reaching out to those caregivers. The family may have had a sibling who was adopted. We will reach out to that adopted parent to see if they're willing, because there's still that familial linkage there. So we try to use all the resources that we have available, not just for emergency placement when a kid has just come into custody, but if a kid who's already in foster care or in a group home setting. We continue to research, continue to reach out to family, continue to talk to the child, teachers, mentors, and community providers to see what we can if there's any viable options for kids.
And it sounds like you offer resources to them throughout the process too. So you're not, kind of leaving them high and dry once you're putting this child into their home. It is an ongoing relationship between you two.
It is. We also provide aftercare services if a kinship person is able to get legal custody of a child. And in the event that a child is not being able to reunify with a family, we provide aftercare services. There is a Kinship Permanency incentive program through the state of Ohio that is also can utilize to help reduce the financial burden for families.
Okay, it's all about helping get those kids safe and with somebody who loves them, right? That's the end result. So thanks for sharing with us your story. Thanks for being here. If you guys want to learn more about Kinship Care as well, the website's up there, the phone number too, and you can give Franklin County Children's Services a call. So thanks again.